Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back with the next review of the Fangoria challenge. And this time we watched The Resurrected. The Resurrected is a 1991 horror film, and according to Fangoria, is one of the 101 best horror movies you've never seen. This here is the Scream Factory edition, and I've always thought this should have been a collector's edition. Because first of all, look at all of these features. This has more special features than a lot of their collector's editions. Not only that, but it has reversible artwork. This is the newly commissioned artwork. Well, newly for the time it was released. But I digress. I first learned about The Resurrected from this book. The movie was directed by Dan O'Bannon, who also directed Return of the Living Dead. It's a shame he didn't direct more. And it's based on a story by H.P. Lovecraft, The Case of Charles Dexter Ward. The Resurrected stars Jane Sibbett as Claire Ward. Less than a year ago, she married Charles Dexter Ward, played by Chris Sarandon. After receiving a strange trunk filled with information about his ancestry, Charles himself begins acting strange. So strange, in fact, that Claire hires a private investigator named John to track her husband. John, whose last name is March, is played by real-life John Terry. John's assistant Lonnie is played by Robert Romanus, Mike Damone from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Charles has been spending a lot of time at a recently discovered family home. It had been boarded up for years, but after finding it, Charles spends most of his time there. Odd things are delivered to the house, with no real explanation for them, such as copious amounts of meat. More meat than local restaurants get delivered to them for an entire month. And if that's not weird enough, Charles has also had human remains delivered to him from graves that have been robbed. Like I said, this dude's been acting strange. And so John and Lonnie's investigation begins with assistance from Claire. What they will soon discover is truly bizarre and truly grotesque. What sort of experiments is Charles Dexter Ward conducting in the house? Why has he suddenly developed homicidal and cannibalistic tendencies? What's with his newfound hunger for raw meat and thirst for blood? And what other gruesome secrets is Charles Dexter Ward hiding in the basement? Guys, let me start by saying The Resurrected has some amazing creature effects. They're Hellraiser style. Practical blood and gore, and a lot of reverse effects, just like in Hellraiser. Chris Sarandon is awesome as always. The guy always has a presence about him. Jane Sibbett was really good in this too, as was John Terry and Robert Romanus. The movie, I personally think, plays out not as you'd expect it to. John Terry, as John March, narrates the film, and I like that. This one has a real 90s feel to it, and I like that too. The Resurrected is a perfect representation of the movies in this book. It's gotten a DVD release and obviously a Blu-ray release, yet a lot of people still haven't seen it. Or at least they're not talking about it. Believe me, it's not because it isn't good. This one is super entertaining. It clearly deserves more attention, and I agree with Fangoria. If you haven't seen it, The Resurrected is one of the 101 best horror movies you've never seen. And my relatable recommendation this time is Hellraiser Bloodline, the work print version. That's why I'm showing this massive media book release, because this includes the work print version of Hellraiser 4. There's an image of it right there. The original Hellraiser is obviously not obscure enough to be included in this video, but Hellraiser Bloodline deserves more love. Not only that, but I know hardly anyone who has seen the work print version. If you've seen both the Resurrected and the work print version of Hellraiser Bloodline, you'll see a few reasons why they connect. So, have you seen The Resurrected? If so, what do you think of it? Comment below and let me know. And of course, please be sure to check out Jason's review. What will we watch next in the Fangoria challenge? Check back soon to find out. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and be kind, subscribe.